Solver is a feature within Excel that allows us to model a scenario based on certain constraints or targets or requirements that we may have. So we have a very simple example here where we have some sales data for iPhones and iPads and some associated costs. So we can see that from these forecasts, our forecasted profit is just over 26,000. So we've identified this number as being too low. We want to hit a profit of 27,500. So we're going to use Solver to model a situation where we can hit that target. And we've identified January as being the weak month. So we're going to change some values within our January data. We're going to change our sales data for iPhones and iPads and also our freight data. So Solver will help us come up with an optimum solution to help us hit our profit target. So in order to use Solver, we just have to make sure that it's installed. So it should be in the data ribbon. If it's not, and it may not automatically be there, select Options and then Add-ins. Down at the bottom, Manage Add-ins and Go, and select Solver and OK. And then it will appear in the data ribbon. So in my Solver dialog box, I select it here and I just fill in some cells. So we want to set an objective. Our objective is going to be that our gross profit, I selected, is going to be a value of 27,500. So that's our target. And we can change 3 cells. So we're going to change January's iPhone sales, iPad sales, and our freight costs. So we can add some constraints then because these cells can only change by so much. So we'll add a constraint on each of them. We'll say that our iPhone sales cannot exceed 13,500. It's just not possible because we're limited by production, what we can purchase, or any particular constraint. So we'll add that. We have the same constraint for iPads. We cannot sell any more than 9,000 euros worth. So that's our upper limit, our constraints. And then we have the opposite problem with freight. It was impossible for us to reduce our freight below 3,700. That's the lower limit. It just can't go below that. And then we hit OK because that's the end of our constraints. So we have a look around our window. We make sure everything is OK. Our correct profit value is selected, our objective, and our cells are correct. So there's a couple of different modeling techniques. We're going to stick with GRG nonlinear. There's a little bit of complexity behind how each of these works, and I'm not going to go into them at this time. So once we have our boxes filled in, we select Solve, and hopefully Solver will come up with a solution. So it's telling us it's found a solution and it's been able to hit the profit target. So we can see that our iPhone sales have changed, our iPad sales have also changed, and it's reduced our freight level right down to 3,700 euros. So these are our new targets of what we must hit based on what we can do in order to hit that profit value. Now we can restore to our original values if we want. We'll just see it just to see what the difference was. Select Restore and OK, and it goes back down. We can see what the original values were. And that's how Solver models a particular situation.